Good evening, freedom fighters. It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be with you and to listen to the stories that have been told, but also a privilege to be here to see that there's a glimpse of hope here as well. We should not forget that. And there have been mentioning of what have happened in the Ukraine now recently. There are revolutions going on other places in the world as well. We see that in the streets of Caracas in Venezuela. There are protests against the authoritarian regime there as well. But we should never forget that people are longing for freedom. I think it's in their nature that they want to live in freedom. So I think the time, and it's my hope as well, the time will come for the Iranian people also to achieve their freedom. And I'm happy to do what I can do as a human being, as a fellow human being, as a parliamentarian, to help you in that fight. Human rights are non-negotiable, and we don't do compromises on democratic values and human rights. So therefore we need to keep an eye on the authoritarian and totalitarian regimes around the world. And Iran, the regime in Iran is one of the biggest strongholds of totalitarianism in the world today. And some have asked, has there been any change since the last presidential election? Not really, or rather not at all. The suppression of human rights continues, the execution continues, and well, we have seen the deal that has been struck on nuclear power. But this is a temporary deal. And one can ask, do we trust the Iranian regime to deliver this time? I certainly don't trust the regime on this. But I hope, of course, that things will change. Tomorrow I have the honor of hosting a meeting with Madame Rajavi in the Parliament. And I know that my colleagues from the other parties in the Parliament are looking as much forward to this meeting as myself. It's a real honor to be able to host this meeting. The Progress Party, which is the party I represent, has been working closely with your organization for many, many years. The good news is that my party is now a part of the government coalition in Norway. And the government of Norway are very focused on human rights issues, on democratic values, and also of raising our voices and standing up for human rights and democratic values around the world. That means that we will continue to speak about the Iranian regime. That means also that we will continue to keep a pressure on this regime. That means that we will continue to work with people, dissidents like you, that represents also some positivism concerning the situation. I will close by saying that I was recently debating in Norway about a move that the government did recently. And that was about blacklisting Iran from the Norwegian oil fund, which these sanctions should continue to be enforced until we see some real change there. And therefore, I was proud to defend the Norwegian government's decision to exclude Iran from the Norwegian oil fund. The very last thing I should say is that I was also lifted in spirit by listening to the former mayor of New York, Mr. Rudy Giuliani. And he's a leader, because that's what it is. He is a leader. He's a leader to listen to. And I'm very glad to be sitting alongside with him and to see that he is a staunch supporter on this issue. I'm one of the few Republicans in Norway, and I was proud to support Rudy in 2008, and I'm even prouder now to support him. Thank you.